Whenever I go back to Alaska, my cell phone's real iffy. Excuse me. I can't rely on it.
So I figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead as planned and do this.
Sure.
Like right now.
Yeah, I started mine earlier. I haven't drawn Gambit in years.
I don't think I've ever drawn Gambit.
Really?
Yeah. He's not like one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, he was when I first got into X-Men, he's of that Jim Lee era. So plus the cartoon. If you watch the cartoon and all.
Oh, of course. That's why I don't like Gambit.
Oh.
I think it's those eyes. It's his pink eyes or red eyes, whatever he's got.
Yeah. I was thinking of the one episode where they were chasing down Mystique was like going to assassinate President Kelly. And there was one line in there where he comes around the corner and there she is, like dressed up as Gambit or, morphed into Gambit. And his line is, "Surprised to see me? I know I am."
Jeez.
I always thought that was funny. Supposedly Disney's talked about, I don't know if it's Disney or someone within Disney has talked about bringing a sequel to that old cartoon.
Really?
To like Disney Plus, like basically picking up where it left off, kind of like all the rumors of Masters of the Universe and stuff. They were thinking of doing one for the animated X-Men show.
Yeah, do it up.
Be certainly better than anything else that's going on right now.
Hey, any show that ended like with a really crappy finale, do it, because X-Men have like a weird they switched studios.
Yeah.
And so did like Ninja Turtles, and so it's like, go ahead, give us a proper send off.
I don't remember the last seasons. I think I kind of was getting too involved in post-graduation life and crap, so I don't remember catching much of that final season or whatever. So no Dan again.
No, Dan's without internet for a while.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I think he said. I think maybe it blew out. I'm not 100% sure.
Or is he just with CenturyLink? Because I hear they suck.
Probably. What was that?
So what is what?
What was that noise?
It might be my headphones are kind of dragging across my shirt here. This is something I was using for reference.
That the Marvel Select?
Yeah, it's Becky's. Cool. She's got Gambit, I've got Rogue.
Nice.
And then I dug, where is it? Dang it. Oh, dang it, I had things all set up here. And then, there you go. It's one of those 1990s metal figures.
Oh, okay. I think didn't they have like a Hardy's figure?
Oh, maybe.
Because I've got some of the Hardy's figures. I don't know if he was one of them or not.
I lived in Alaska, so we didn't have Hardy's up there. They now have Carl's Jr.
Oh,
which is Hardy's, essentially.
No, it's Carl's Jr.
But they have the same menu.
They do.
I don't care who does what. They need to bring back California raisins.
They did, or they need to?
They need to get this one of these nostalgia things, going. Like with the Purplesaurus Rex. Or the Sharkleberry Fin. I picked that up today or yesterday.
Yeah, not a fan of Sharkleberry Fin.
Oh, is that no good? I don't remember it.
It's like it's an orange flavored drink, but you can tell there's something off about it. I like orange flavored drinks, but that one is there's something off.
Yeah, I didn't remember that one. I was looking for more of that Purplesaurus Rex, but
Target.
oh no, we were at Hy-Vee.
Oh,
Stopped in at Hy-Vee. I haven't been there in 4 months. Haven't been most places in like 3 or 4 months. I used to have one of these dusters.
did you?
Yeah.
It's his one redeeming quality he has. I'll give him that.
I had still have the trench coat. The duster was a little bit. I got a little too fat for it. Like it was made for a smaller person. I got it in high school, so I was smaller.
What was it with the funky design that goes on in like the blue area up here? It just seems like it's a bunch of like random.
It was like electrical tape or something. Yeah. See this Becky's figure here. It's all black, and I don't remember it being black. It's got the lines in it. She said she remembers it that it was in the comics a lot of times it was black with like light blue lines shooting across. I seem to remember it as being all light blue with black lines, but that's how
because something like black will be with like blue sometimes. Like black will like blue lines will represent like the black shading.
Yeah. So I did it as I remembered it. But
let's see. That'll work.
I don't even remember if there was any rhyme or reason to it. If there's a pattern, I just kind of did it as I kind of remembered it, kind of haphazard, going all over. So I've already got that Hellboy that I did in solidarity. I got someone that wants to buy it.
Sweet.
It's a friend, so I cut him a deal. He can have it for low price of $5.99. No,
$3.50.
$3.50. How about $3.50? His like knee pads are kind of like saucers with like goofy little triangles in them.
Little dinner plates.
Yeah. Little Illuminati signs in them. I don't know.
All right, now they're shooting for 8:00 tonight, so that's good.
So you got to go at 8, or
yeah, around there, give or take.
so no Hooters then.
No Hooters tonight. Darn.
I didn't even know there was still Hooters.
Yeah, man.
So you had the one in Burnsville just you could see it from the highway on 35W, and it's now like a halal market or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, which I find hilarious.
Because I always thought it was just the one at the Mall of America.
No, they had none on the hill. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since that's gone away. Because
Oh, yeah. It does. I know what you're talking about. It does kind of look like it was at one point.
well, it definitely was because I used to when I delivered film, I'd head up to Lakeville. I'd go buy it, and I was like, oh yeah, keep that in mind because I was young and that's what that was like it's still kind of a new thing. Heck, we took my one buddy there for his 21st birthday back in the day.
Oh my gosh, yes, because you have to be 21 to go there.
Do you?
No.
Oh, well, they had just opened it in Anchorage. That's when I lived in Alaska. So that was like, that's all he wanted. All right, we'll take you there. And I was in photography class at the time, so I took a lot of pictures of everybody with balloons and chicks. And incriminating evidence. It's the hair. I'm looking at your drawing. The hair. It's like it's always just so wild on this character.
Yeah.
It always looks weird when they try and tame it too. Like, oh, what was it? The one X-Men Evolution. He had like a bowl cut or something.
I don't remember him being on that one.
Yeah, it was something like a bowl cut, and it just looked stupid. I didn't really get into that show as much. I enjoyed it, but I just wasn't, like obsessed or anything. Well, back when it was a thing, I barely could get TV where I lived, so I saw Saturday morning cartoons. It was because the planet was aligned just perfectly. Remember watching Static Shock?
I did not watch Static Shock. I didn't feel like I was the right demographic to watch that.
Oh, it wasn't a bad show. I enjoyed it.
No, like once they did like the Batman or the Justice League connection on there, it's like, oh, I know what this is now.
Oh,
but was it did they have like tie-ins early on with other DC characters?
they did. The Zeta Project was a show that I think that was the one that spun off from it. I don't know if Zeta was in the DC Prime universe or anything in the comics. I just know that it was the spinoff. Or was that Batman Beyond? Now I'm getting confused. Chat, if there's anybody, chat. Posting this because Pure Boom doesn't look at the chat.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Is he? Is he like a friend or?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
cool.
He said it with such conviction. What's that?
What's what?
I thought I heard a noise. And
You did. It was just the computer telling me that I don't have any viruses.
Oh.
It's like, thank you. Did you go to the comic store at all this week?
Not yet. Maybe I'll see if Becky wants to go tomorrow.
Because I stopped up there. I stopped up at Mind's Eye tonight and BS'd with Neil for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Are they still doing the, masks and stuff?
I don't know. I'm kind of over the mask wearing. So I just walked in. Neil wasn't wearing a mask. And then he put on a mask, and then some guy came in, and then Neil gave him a mask, and I was just kind of like, this is going too far.
Well, they had them there. They offered them to people when they walked in. That was you didn't have to, scrounge and have one on you. They had the gloves and everything. But I heard that Neil was a little more, paranoid of stuff because he's got relatives that are high risk. But maybe he trusts you.
Well, he put it on when I was there.
Okay. I don't know him as well. I mean, I've talked to him a few times, we go in there, but
he's all right.
He seems like a nice enough guy. I don't remember who the girl is.
Oh, she doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. They don't have a good turnaround record for girls that work there.
Really?
They seem to always hire girls that don't know what the hell they're doing.
What are they like more into the manga stuff? And
they're more into this kind of this is kind of like a hip thing to do. How long have comics been around? Oh, really?
I've read Lumberjanes.
Yes, I've read Lumberjanes. One of the girls that worked there, she, I think it was right before the first Avengers movie came out. She was kind of like, "Oh, the movie's coming out. I guess I should start reading these."
Oh, good, I guess.
It was kind of like, yeah.
But we're not supposed to say that there's a fake geek girl. We're supposed to embrace them all.
I don't care. I'll say it right to her face.
Will you?
Oh yeah. Well, the original two that used to work at the old store, they missed both of them, and I had talks with them on their first days about it. They both mishandled my books.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, you need to properly touch books this way.
Did you mansplain to them?
I you know what I did, and you know what?
I'm just giving you grief.
You got to do what you got to do.
I need my books in good condition. So what did you get when you're there? Anything good?
I picked up a $5 hardcover trade, and they were the only ones that had this week's copies of Spawn and Batman that weren't in terrible condition. Because every store I went to this week, I went to 4 stores, and they all had the same issues on Batman and Spawn.
Are they just beating them up, or are they boxing them wrong? Or
I think it was a distribution thing because they were all dinged up on the spines. I'm hearing echo.
Uh-oh. From me?
Yes. Well, it's my voice coming through. Maybe it's me? I don't know. Now I'm not hearing it.
Huh.
Did you do something?
No, I just muted you for a second.
Oh. I think we're good now.
I did it on my computer. I don't know if it was because I was checking to see. I'm listening to you through headphones, so you shouldn't hear anything.
Weird. Oh, there it is again. Maybe it is me. No, it can't be me, though. I don't understand this shit.
I did a Zoom with Pat and Doug the other day.
What?
Pat's kids have a Zoom account. So because they're in a Lego group or something, so
Nice.
we decided to go on Zoom. Did it mainly to ask Doug a certain question.
Did you ask him when they're going to come on here?
No, I didn't. I should have.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Doug, get on there.
Yeah, Doug, I just bought your book this week.
Which one?
That Green Lantern 80-pager.
Oh, yeah?
He did a cover and he also did a story in it, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's got something in his room, like a pull-up bar. It's just like, I don't know if that's his office or his bedroom. I couldn't tell, but his daughter came in and just started doing pull-ups, and I suddenly felt old and useless. Dang. That kid can just fly through those.
Yeah, I went for a run last week and I messed up my foot again.
Uh-oh. Like, what's wrong with your foot?
Well, like that month and a half that I was out with plantar fasciitis.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so now my heel is hurting again, so it's like
you were able to get over that in a month? Took me almost 2 years.
Well, it never goes away, right?
Yeah, it's my foot's kind of weakened. I could tell that.
Yeah, well, just having like sore pains and all that crap, and that part's gone, but like it never leaves.
Yeah, unless you get surgery. I never got diagnosed or anything. It's just I did did all the research, and I'm like, this is everything fits exactly what's going on here. I went and got some inserts and decided to power through it, and took about 2 years for it to just finally stop being a horrible nuisance. What was that?
Motorcycle.
Oh. So plantar fasciitis. Let's talk about other old man things.
Yeah.
Well, my hip is off kilter. I need to go. It is funny how that creeps in as you get older. Like before you know it, you'll be sitting around with your friends and you're all talking about what ails you. And you'll notice it, and everyone will notice it. Everyone will be involved in it, and you'll all stop and be like, "What are we doing? When did we become this? What has happened to us?
We're dying."
He's dying, Senator. We must do something quickly. So one thing about this character that in that old X-Men cartoon, if they ever bring it back, they better bring back Gambit's card sound.
And his personality?
Well, I don't know about his personality. They can do whatever. But his card sound and like Cyclops' blast sound, it's very iconic. Like kind of like Optimus Prime's gun. You can hear it in a crowded battle scene. You just know who's there.
Oh, and they also have to bring if they bring back the show, There it is again. They have to bring back the Cyclops saying previously on X-Men.
I do that on everything, actually. Whenever we're watching just a show and they do the recap, I will do that, like just like you said, previously on X-Men.
Nice.
They also need to bring back the fact that he yells Gene. Him and Wolverine yell Gene all the time, and she always yells like Scott, Logan.
My least favorite episodes were, or just in general, were the Phoenix episodes.
Oh, really? I like
And that's
that.
what made me hate just Phoenix Saga in general. So like movie was terrible for me, the show was terrible, like just everything. I do not give two shits about the Phoenix Saga.
You never read the book?
Nope.
You should check that out. You may still hate it. I don't know. A lot of the cartoon is very similar to, but Claremont, he did a good job. For a few years there, that was a tradition. Becky started making Christmas cookies, and she'd bring them into work, and everybody would want the cookies, and I would help decorate them. Well, to try and get out of decorating them, I would decorate them horribly with like blood spattered snowmen, and turn things into like a candy cane, look like a giant turd.
Gross.
And but people loved them, and so then it became like work. So, but for a few years there, before we both kind of decided that we're not doing this because people are ungrateful pricks, we would decorate cookies and watch the old X-Men cartoon. We'd get through like the first season usually by the time we would get all the cookies worked through. No Tom either, huh?
Nope.
It's just us. Do you watch any of those CW DC shows?
No.
Good, because they're trash.
I watched Flash a little bit, and then I got really behind on it. I've got the first 2 or 3 seasons of Arrow. I've just never watched them. Supergirl, I gave up after the first episode. And Legends of Tomorrow, I tried watching, and I was like, "Yeah, this is bad."
So we tried to watch Arrow, and it's like we watched a few episodes. This is early on, and it was just like it was one of those middle-aged auntie shows. Any chance to show him with his shirt off, like, all right, this is weak. And then when Flash came out, I'm like, okay, I like the character. Let's give that a go. And we got through about 5 episodes before we both looked at each other and realized we hated Barry. Is it Barry Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hated the main character. Like, I couldn't tell if I hated him worse than Iris West or not.
Like the character or the actor?
Just the character. The whole show wasn't the Flash. It was Team Flash. It was like,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
it was everybody knew who he was, and they were, they'd send him on missions, and there was nothing special about Barry other than the fact that he was a colossal whiner. And so it was like we gave up on that one. And then one day we were sitting upstairs and I had Supergirl on. I'm like, I want to see what this is about. And it was bad, but I had it on. Becky's in the other room cooking, and she gets mad at me from the other room. She's like, "What is that crap you're watching?" I'm like, "It's Supergirl." And she's like, "Turn it off." She's like, "The dialogue is awful." Because she could just hear it. She wasn't listening, or she wasn't watching it. So I was like, okay, that's a good measure of whether or not it's a good show. If it sucks with the audio only, then bad writing. And it was like the episode is like she'd go through these rah girl power moments, and I'm gonna do this because I'm a strong female, and then she'd have these doubt tantrums like, oh, I can't do it, oh, I'm just a girl. And then someone would give her a pep talk, and then she'd be rah again, and it happened like 3 times in one episode. It's like, this is garbage.
Yeah, I saw the first episode. I don't remember what happened.
No impression.
Plus, I don't like watching TV like when it's on.
Yeah.
And the other thing like I didn't like was Flash, all his villains were speedsters.
Yeah, I don't remember who all the villains were. I do remember that the character that was like computer nerd or whatever was a superhero character from the comics. Oh, I can't remember his name. It's like a Hispanic breakdancing guy or something. I was like, oh yeah, that's that character. How come he's not doing superhero stuff? Like, oh, they're probably gonna have him get powers later on. But I couldn't stomach it enough to stick around. So did they ever get Weather Wizard and dudes like that?
Oh yeah, Weather Wizard was on the first episode.
Oh, was he? I guess I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's been about 6 years, 7 years.
Like the biggest crime that they did was turning basically Captain Cold into a good guy or an anti-hero.
Oh, was he?
Because he's one of the characters on Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, so they had to make him not such a villain to work with those guys?
Yep. Him and Heatwave.
He's Sub-Zero. Like, from Mortal Kombat, they turned him into a good guy. Heatwave, I don't know that character. I never looked at Batgirl because that looked like pure cringe. I kind of just gave up after the tragedy that was Supergirl. I'm like, this is not even worth investigating. Anybody else in the chat I didn't see?
Nope, just our good buddy. Just our good buddy Matt.
That's his name.
Well, it's Venkman. We call him Venkman.
Oh,
I just doxed him. Sorry.
Turtle was on the show, I think, first season of Flash. There was somebody named Turtle?
Turtle from Entourage?
Don't know. Evan McClaw is now Ava. Oh, they killed off Captain Cold in Legends of Tomorrow. Sounds like you watched that show, Venkman, Matt. So is it named after Ghostbusters or?
Yes.
So who's Egon?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have like certain friends that get to be other characters?
Let's find out, shall we? Let's send him the link. We don't have time to scroll up, Matt.
You said he watched all of them. Watch all of them. So you watch all those shows, man, you got high tolerance for pain, I guess. I wonder if Marvel's going to come after me for making Gambit lighting a cigarette.
Maybe. Try it.
They'll come in. It just magically like gets deleted.
Hi, Matt.
What's up?
Or Venkman. What are we calling you?
I'm already pretty much doxxed anyway. I don't care.
Cool.
I've been on camera like for the past like 100 streams, so. No, I've watched all those shows. Yeah, Supergirl is the worst. People complain about Batwoman. Batwoman was actually more tolerable than Supergirl. Supergirl, once I got her, she went to switch the pants from a skirt. I just kind of like lost faith in her.
Or skirt to pants.
Yep. One more skirt, and she's wearing pants now. But the only redeeming factor of that show is John Cryer's Lex Luthor.
Oh, John Cryer from Superman 4?
Ducky?
Yeah, he's Lex Luthor.
Nice.
Yep. And he's an evil son of a gun.
So it's like they want people to come back and reprise, or not reprise roles, but at least like redeem themselves.
Oh, dude, they had Dean Cain on there. They had Terry Hatcher on there. They had Helen Slater, the original Supergirl. I mean, they got Linda Carter was on there. Anybody who was within a DC Universe TV show before this has pretty much been on there. So it's like they had like a guest of the week for a while.
Nice.
Yeah. But,
The dudes from Smallville, did they have?
Tom Welling was on the Crisis on Earth crossover.
Okay.
Along with the girl who played Lois on there. But
I used to watch that one. Well, that was back when I barely had TV, so I could listen to it. So I'd sit and draw. And
you talking about the Lois and Clark one or
no, Smallville?
Smallville, I watched the first couple seasons, and then it became like Lana this, Lana this. I was like, dude, I just don't care about Lana anymore. And I didn't like the fact they're trying to make like Clark in what's his name, Lex are like best friends. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Best
No. I was like, no. I went so before this. I grew up watching the Lois and Clark one, the Dean Cain, which is closer to the John Byrne Man of Steel reboot. The one that Jan Jurgen eventually took over. And I enjoyed that one. So I mean, that's my Superman. Along with Christopher Reeve. Those are the guys I like. Smallville is like I skipped to like season 8 or season 9 when he finally put on the black trench coat. Was the Blur, but they introduced Lois because that was like I'm like, well, they actually have a Lois on there, and hey, guess what? She's actually good looking. She doesn't look like the girl from Grimm. Have you seen that they got that? And that's supposed to be like their Lois is the girl from Grimm.
The girl from Grimm. I don't think I've seen Grimm.
Grimm, an NBC show about I guess monsters and all that stuff. Anyway, the guy Tyler Hoechlin, the guy from Teen Wolf, who pretty much looks like he's half the age of this Lois. So it's like, and she, like you said, like just like Iris controls everything, Lois controls everything, and I guess that's their new show now because they Stephen Amell pretty much quit Arrow. He didn't want to do it anymore. I'm not sure what his reasons were, but so they're gonna introduce a stuff called Superman and Lois. That's the new show that's supposed to come out, replace it. They're still talking about doing a spinoff of Arrow, with his daughter, But yeah, they're all very heavy political. Batwoman, yeah, I kind of knew it was, but then towards the end they introduced Hush in there, and he was comic book accurate, almost.
Who?
Hush.
Really?
Yeah, he's at the end of Batwoman. He actually they introduced him as Tommy. It is Tommy, yes. It's not the Riddler one. God no.
No, it's not enough to get me to watch it.
I just watched the last 2 episodes. Yeah, the whole show is basically it's Alice and Ruby Rose's character Kate. She's trying to redeem Alice because she feels bad. Blah blah blah. The only thing with Tommy is not a surgeon. He's a rich billionaire. He knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. But what's really cool, it's kind of messed up though. They actually showed what Bruce Wayne looks like, and it's not Kevin. What's his name? Kevin Conroy, like in the crossover they did. This and her Earth is like some like Latino guy, muscular younger guy.
Of course.
Isn't Superman also Latino?
He's Japanese, I think, or Hawaiian or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dean Cain. Yeah, he's.
No, not him. Supergirl.
That one. I want to say he is. I'm not. Maybe Puerto Rican. I'm not sure exactly what his nationality is. I know he's American. That's it. But yeah, I mean, it's so weird trying to see him like that's supposed to be their Superman, and they really cucked him compared to like Dean Cain's. Dean Cain's actually was much more built up, and he actually had more. It's more focused on him. Yeah. This Supergirl is always like he even says like in the crossover for the Crisis, he's like Kara, it's like you're the paragon, like I look up to you, you inspire me. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like
Superman wouldn't say that.
Superman would say, "Get behind me."
It's like he's wearing the skirt and she's wearing the pants now.
I converted your skirt into my newest cape.
Hey, so yeah, I've been listening to you guys go on and talk about stuff.
Talk about stuff we don't know, and you're just like, "Get me in there. I need to talk."
I was like, you guys talking about the Zeta Project? That is a spinoff of the Batman Beyond show.
Oh, it's Batman Beyond. Okay.
Yeah, not Batman. It's actually called Zeta Project. That's one of the episodes. So I watched it. It was 2 seasons. I watched a couple episodes, and it's just like, yeah, it was aimed for younger kids and the people who were watching the Batman Beyond. It wasn't really, I don't know. It's like a Ben 10 kind of feeling to it.
Wasn't he like an AI robot that can morph or something? I can't
I can't remember.
just remember it being on. And
then because he was part of the DC animated universe. And then I think they brought him into the comic books as well. I can't because I know in Batman universe with that's Elseworlds written by Brian Michael Bendis, they didn't mention like Zeta beams and stuff. So I imagine like that's got if that's more Adam Strange or if that's talk about the Zeta Project. I'm not sure.
the Static Shock, that was
Virgil. Yeah. That actually was a decent show.
wasn't bad. They had was it Young Justice? They brought him in and he eventually became Black Lightning.
I think that was a Young Justice, or not if we're talking about currently. That was Justice League Unlimited. They're in the future.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, where that's where you got old man basically old man Wayne meets younger Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're chasing down some criminal who basically knew who was messing up time by time traveling. So.
But there was a direct, they said,
yeah.
Static Shock. And I was like, oh.
Virgil's older. He's got the goatee, he's got the dreadlocks pulled back and everything. I'm like, is he Static or are you Black Lightning? See, I always thought Static was like the lineage, like the legend, of, or what you could call it. He took over for Black Lightning. I thought that he was. He was like the next person to take over. But apparently he's a totally separate person. I thought he was a protege.
Well, he's from the different comic.
I know, but that to me that would have been was based off because my knowledge was going off not the comics, but was going off the actual cartoon. To me, that would have made more sense to have Black Lightning mentoring Static.
Sure, that would have been good.
But yeah, I remember that because I remember that show that you had Static and that's like X or Static was like his friend knew his powers, and like he was helping him out. So when I saw Homecoming with Ned Lee's in there, supposed to be like he's like, yeah, I'm the guy in the ear, or it's like what? No, it's like what is this with this trope? Every hero has to have somebody like like what's his name? Vibe.
That's who I was thinking of. That's the character.
Cisco Ramon.
Cisco.
Yeah. See, I agree with that. Flash, he is kind of whiny. I mean, the first season was the best because you had Harrison Wells. So then we find out, spoilers if you haven't watched it, that was Harrison Wells. Harrison Wells had been killed, and that was Reverse Flash mentoring him because he needed Barry's help to get back to the future. So he created the Speed Force.
Yeah.
He changed it, because I think what it was is the events of him like killing Flash's mom disrupted the Speed Force or something like that, or he did that purposely just to get the I don't know because they had to get the particle accelerator to explode. That's their dark matter or whatever. That's basically how Flash got his powers through that.
Yeah,
it was a weird retelling, but. But yeah, the only character I really carried on of that whole entire show of Flash was never had thought on there. I didn't care for Professor Zoom. I thought that was dumb. But Jay Garrick on there was pretty good. John Wesley Shipp from Earth 2, Earth 3 or something like that he was. I just wish they would have done it actually like based on the Joshua Williams current ongoing. I'm not sure if you know reading or not, or since Rebirth. Wally was pulled back from out of the Speed Force by Flash, and then so they had Wallace, and then they had Wally at the same time, So I mean, until what was it, Crisis or not Crisis, but Heroes in Crisis or something like that, where Wally just explodes and just kills everybody or hides it or he killed people and then tried to frame it on his enemies. I was like, but up until that point in the Flash ongoing. Wally was remembering stuff, and he was basically being split in two because he remembers two different worlds at the same time because he wasn't supposed to exist.
Yeah,
because of Flashpoint. And he finds out it was Barry that messed it up and everything. It's just like there's kind of bad blood between them, and he's listening to Hunter Solomon, who basically told me like, your friend Flash, he's the one that killed your family, all the crap. So I mean, and I'm sad that see Joshua Williams going because he's been writing Barry pretty good. And what's funny is that I'll say this because the reason I like it more because Barry is more kind of like Wally in a sense. He was more optimistic. He's more it's more fun. He wasn't where Barry for a while was serious. I mean, I compare this kind of run to the Wally West run when he took over for Flash. When Barry is dead.
When was that?
That was back in volume 1. Volume 2, the 80s is when Wally took over.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out when I read it. I don't read much stuff like that anymore, but I read.
Yeah,
I used to read it when I worked at a comic shop because we had it.
He took over. Yeah,
mid 90s.
Yeah, that was like early 90s, going into the 2000s. That's when it ended because he had the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that crap. But I don't know if you've been reading anything at all. Flash forward. Wally actually saved his kids. He found them. And so now they're back with his wife, but he's stuck in the Mobius chair. So, and I'm not sure what's going to go on with that. That's going to tie into Joker War or whatever, the next big event. But,
more events.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like buying trades or buying dollar comics. I'll usually wait stuff. I've been going back and I've just been buying stuff from my half price books. I got what, 60 books for what, $45 or more.
Wow.
Or a little less of that. Because each are $1, some are $2. But some old 80s ones, World Finest, $2.96 and $2.89. Some older ones. Got some Red Sonias too.
Like old school or like?
Well, I got the movie edition. I got that one. Then I have issue 12 and 13 from the third volume.
Because they're doing Red Sonja again.
They are Dynamite, but these are the ones I bought were the Marvel ones. So
yeah.
But
I guess people aren't thrilled with the new version.
I've been actually liking the Red Sonja Age of Chaos. That's the current one right now, written by Eric Burnham over at Dynamite. So
Dynamite
still has some good stuff on there. I mean, I guess a lot of people, some people like Image during the 90s. I wasn't really into them. I was more into the Chaos, Malibu stuff, Ultraverse, some Marvel and some DC, Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Image was I was looking at Image, some of the stuff from the 90s. Great art, but the story sucked.
Some of them had potential.
Yes, not all, but I'm saying like the ones I always picked up are always the ones that are like, okay, well, I said like it for art,
What did I used to love Wildcats, and
Well, yeah, Wildcats is a pop. I remember that. You got and that. What was the other one? Authority? Was that Image? Is that
No,
Wildstorm?
that was Wildstorm.
Yeah.
I like the Authority. Which is the one that's the one where they're cops. No.
Authority is a girl. She has like she basically turns her blood. It's like nanites. She turns like a morphs into like a silver skin, like kind of like Jocasta.
What's the one where they have the chief of police is a Doberman for a head? I thought that was Authority.
I thought that was Mr. McGruff.
No, it was. It's like comic book superhero cops, and I just remember the guy, the police chief or one of their partners or something. He had a Doberman dog head, but in like a Hawaiian shirt. I thought it was Authority.
There's a movie called Doberman Cop in 1977, but
that was one of your dreams, man.
I'll have to dig it out. It was.
Yeah, I'll look it up. That's weird. I've never even heard of that before. I know currently in My Hero Academia, there's a dog cop.
Maybe it's not. It's not Stormwatch.
Was it Stray?
Huh?
Stray? Is that the name of it?
No. That's not the main character. That's just one of the characters.
Oh.
And dang it,
I think here. Let's this.
Gene Ha, I think, drew it.
I think I found it. Look, I'm going through. It's the countdown of like the best comic book dogs. Hyper Dog.
No.
You sure? He's got a Hawaiian shirt on, green shirt.
Well, he's got to be part of an ensemble book.
Oh, okay.
He's not the main dude.
By Gene Ha and Xander Cannon.
So maybe they made a separate book about him.
Yeah.
But this was just another guy.
He's a Sergeant Kelmo Caesar, intelligent talking Doberman pincher who donated a man-shaped he donned a man-shaped exoskeleton in Alan Moore's Barracks best comics.
Top 10.
Yeah, top 10. Yep.
Oh, top 10. Okay. Why couldn't I remember this?
Why would you want to? That sounds bad.
The MCBA hotline when that was still a thing, and they were always hyping up top 10. So it's like I knew the creative team, so like Gene Ha and now I forget. Xander Cannon. It's like, oh yeah, those guys top 10. Alan Moore.
I don't think it was a bad book. It's just I don't remember the name of it. Unless you guys hate it. No comment. They had an MCBA hotline?
Yeah, man.
How long ago was that?
98.
Oh, I wasn't living here yet. Otherwise, I would have called it. I used to call the OK Soda hotline back in the day. So, what when you called the hotline? What would like you get Kelly or somebody on there, and they?
Oh, I have no idea who was talking.
Oh,
Hotline.
But it would just tell you, like what's who's going to be at Fall Con or Spring Con, and then that was it.
Also, it was a recording.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw that there's some. I don't know if it's from Wisconsin or where I am. It's a con, and they're gonna have Jason David Franks, but it's all gonna be online. So you have to like register or something. You don't want you can interact with him, or you pay money. You can actually like talk to him. It's weird.
Who are you talking to? Who is this?
Jason David Frank.
Oh, the Green
Tommy,
Ranger.
Yeah, Tommy and stuff. And I think it's for I saw it for a Comic Con on Facebook a while back. I'm not sure if it's for Wisconsin or if it's for whatever. But I know it's a lot of everybody's online. Like Xenoscope's been doing online live streams, basically on YouTube. So that's their Comic Con this year. But
I guess you gotta make it happen.
Don't forget to hashtag it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I guess I prefer like. Sorry, I got pen cap in my mouth. I prefer my cons in person.
Well, definitely if you're gonna get something signed, if you want to get something signed. No,
I just like going and seeing friends and stuff. And
yeah. But who knows what's gonna happen?
I haven't.
Florida already closed their bars again because of COVID increased.
Huh.
They blame it on the bars, yes, because that's where all the virus came from. New cases, sure. It wasn't from the people getting together and protesting.
Yeah, no, definitely not. They didn't get it from the knocking down stuff. I haven't really gone to a con for just that kind of stuff in a long, long time. Usually I'm there to try and sucker people into paying money for my art. Doesn't happen very much these days.
Yep. Oh, so what have you guys been up to all day?
It's just kind of this kind of stuff. I've been working on Gambit off and on today because I knew that I had, out of practice of drawing guys like this. So
It's our buddy Risey's favorite comic book character, but he's over in Australia sleeping, so probably.
So why does Jeremy call you Venkman?
Because my my handle on Twitter, even when I first started on YouTube, was Real Dr. Bankman.
Okay.
I did it because there's like no one had that. Like everybody had like all these weird stuff, and I figured like, I'll stand out. Whatever.
I wasn't sure if like it was like you.
I changed my icon to Batman Beyond before it was Ghostbuster logo.
Because like sometimes buddies have nicknames for each other, so like I didn't know if Jeremy was going to be Ray or
I don't know which Ghostbuster he'd even be if he was a Ghostbuster.
Egon.
I'd be Ray.
Yeah.
You'd be Ray?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
I mean, he likes those ghost BJs. Can't catch anything there, right?
Right.
But
we're all avoiding saying he's Winston.
if you pay me enough, there's a city paycheck. I'll believe what you want me to say. I saw that they on Twitter they announced they're gonna have the movie back in theaters again on July 3rd. It's gonna be at select theaters and drive-ins.
The original.
Yep, original one. Yeah, not the 2016. Yeah.
Well, because I work for a movie theater company, and we're open, but what we're allowed to show is Goonies and Lord of the Rings because everything was pushed back, or online.
Was it the one by me is open Fridays and Saturdays on the weekends, and it's like they dropped the price down to like $5.
Yeah, you just got to get people in the door.
And now they're talking about airing was it the Fast and Furious and then Fast and Furious number 7 back to back. They're gonna have they're gonna have, even though it's a theater, they're gonna have like a drive-in theater in the parking lot.
Yeah, you can run a projector outside.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing that.
I'm like, we used to actually have a nice outside drive-in theater here, and then they tore it down and put up a stupid insurance building there. I mean, we had like 4 screens. It's like,
sure.
It was nice. I mean, that's great for COVID. You can just stay inside your car. You don't have to get out.
Yeah, one of my co-workers, he owns he's a part owner of a drive-in, so they're doing pretty well, I guess. On the week, I mean, they're only open on the weekends.
Dude, the last time I saw a movie at a drive-in theater was South Park movie,
Yeah.
and then the Blair Witch, and then after that, it got torn down. So,
Bunch of savages tearing stuff like that down.
there's another one where I had to drive like 40 minutes just to get there. What's crazy now for fireworks, everything's been canceled here for fireworks unless I go up like closer to Madison where everything's on fire.
They're having
They're gonna have it at Slinger Speedway on the racetrack. They're gonna light off fireworks. But that's another 40, 60 minutes almost just to drive up there. But
I don't have to worry. Our neighbors, someone over one of the streets over, has been launching off fireworks every night at like 10 o'clock at night.
I hate bottle rockets. I hate bottle rockets because if I lived like in a rural area where I had a couple of 3 acres between me and the neighbor over, I don't have to worry about that, But I don't want to. I live like on the edge of the subdivision, but still I have people that they're gonna fire it and it lands in your gutter. You don't want and if you have any leaves or debris in there, starts a rip on fire.
This isn't bottle rockets. These are like
They get the mortar shells.
these are mortars. So you're sitting here. We're trying to watch. Like the other night, I was home alone. Becky went to go see her mom, and I'm watching The Punisher. It was like during a scene where there's a lot of action going on, and I had to turn it. I had to pause it because I wasn't sure if it was
movie or
the Netflix show.
oh.
Oh, you sounded like you
Well,
hated
what season? Because season 2 was crap.
that. I was just on season 1.
Season 2 is
past season 1.
season 1 was all right. Too much Karen Page in there. I don't know why she was even on the show. She used to stay over on Daredevil, where she's can then eventually have her just be coke addict and just die out, like in the comics.
So I haven't watched all of Daredevil. I watched like 2 episodes, and
Dude, Daredevil is like the best show on there. The other ones, Luke Cage. I like this. The first season was all right. The second season is okay because the first season was Copperhead. For that was the villain.
yeah,
The Iron Fist first season again was all right. Was the guy not really either? I didn't really see him as being Iron Fist because he had the Flash CW Flash problem. He kept whining,
no,
so it kind of ruined it for me. It's like he looked like a normal just a hippie guy. He's not wearing any shoes. He's sleeping in the park in Central Park.
looked like Hyde from that '70s show.
That too. I was like, give him some sunglasses. There you go.
I haven't. We had Daredevil that we bought the DVD, so it was before we had Netflix.
Oh yeah.
So it just never made it through because there's too much stuff. And then I just said I'd watch The Punisher while Becky was out of town, so that because I didn't think she would care to watch that one. Or
You don't want her yelling at you from the kitchen.
well, she's very, no, yeah. No, it's like what like Daredevil. If I would have watched Daredevil, I probably would have caught hell for it because we're watching that together.
Oh, that thing. Yeah,
because she's into that stuff. So
that's the one thing I did not like when I was in relationships. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this together." It's like, well, you took forever. You kept putting it off. I just finally did it myself.
oh yeah.
And then I pretended like, hey, she's like, "Did you watch this?" I'm like, no.
And then you start quoting lines as you're watching it. I just guessed what he was saying.
Right. Daredevil, yeah. It's really good. The first season's was pretty good. Second season, I think it got a little bit better. Trying to think who the Punisher is introduced in the second season. Third season is more with Kingpin, and they introduce Bullseye. Well, no, he's not Bullseye yet, and I'll tell you right now, once you finish the third season, you're gonna be mad because they kind of leave it on a cliffhanger.
And then Disney took it.
Netflix says it's their choice. They decided on their own.
Yeah, right.
But
Hey, guess what? I'm going to end the stream.
Cool.
Cool.
Where's yours? Put yours up.
for mine, I could go live. I only have
Good
Oh.
shit.
I don't know, 15. I don't know how many. Actually, no. I don't know. Last time I made a video was last year, or did this live stream.
All right.
You were on here a couple months